So you've probably seen videos like these all over your feed in the past year. Posts talking about how to write the perfect LinkedIn post. And this isn't a knock on videos like these. Consistent LinkedIn posts will actually increase your career prospects. Potential networks and hiring managers will view your views and thoughts as an extension of yourself and as someone they should probably engage with. But creating relevant LinkedIn posts takes time and energy. Seriously, first you'll need to update yourself on a topic. Then you'll need to craft and recraft the perfect LinkedIn post. And lastly, you'll have to do this every single week to maintain visibility. If that sounds like a full-time job, you're not the only one who thinks that. So it's probably no surprise that there's a quicker way to do this. Luckily for you, we've actually built one of those quick methods. We found an automation that takes recent, interesting articles and creates captivating LinkedIn posts from them. And in this video, we're going to show you how to build this workflow with N8N and AI. So here's a look at what the workflow looks like. And you can see all of the pieces that we're going to be putting together to create it. So without further ado, let's get started. So you're going to start off by adding an Airtable trigger to the workflow. And you're going to want to use the trigger on event action. This will trigger our workflow each and every time a new row is created in our Airtable base. So right now, in order to add our base and our table in N8N, we're going to have to get the base URL and the table ID. And you can find both of them in your browser URL once you head over to your Airtable base. And while I've got you here, in Airtable, we're using a base with 3 fields. A URL link field for our web articles, a generated post field for the generated LinkedIn content, and a status field to update the status of our workflow. We'll round this out by setting up our trigger field. After that, we'll test out our trigger node to see if we've set it up properly. Everything's looking good over here, so we'll move on to our next step. For our next step, you're going to add a HTTP node. And we'll be doing this because we'll need to make an API call to a third-party service in order to extract the data from our URL links. So we've already set this up in a previous build, so all we're going to do is copy from there and paste it here. Now you can use any third-party API service of your choice for your builds, but for our demonstration, we're just going to set this up and then test it out to make sure it works. All right, our output looks good. Our API works, and we've now got the extracted data of our URL. For our next step, we're adding an AI chatbot to the workflow. In the workflow we built earlier, we used Anthropic's Claude. But for your build, you can use ChatGPT, Grok, or Gemini. What we're doing right now is we're taking the extracted website information from our previous node and turning it into an in-depth LinkedIn post with Claude. So we're going to copy and paste the prompt we used in our previous build. And what we're having it do is create a long-form, attention-grabbing LinkedIn post using the extracted summary from our web article. So when we execute this step, you should have a generated post that's captivating and attention-grabbing. The kind of stuff that's going to make you seem knowledgeable to anyone who encounters your profile. Now we've built our workflow, and it's already turning web articles into LinkedIn posts. But how are we going to send our generated post to LinkedIn? Not for nothing, we've got a really great post. But it currently doesn't mean anything if it's stuck in N8N. To solve this, we're going to add the PostPulse node. And we're using it to schedule our generated posts in PostPulse to go out to our LinkedIn account once we've added the PostPulse node. Inside it, we're going to pick our schedule date. After that, we're going to select our social media account, which in this case is going to be our LinkedIn account. And for our content, we're going to add our generated Claude post. Let's execute this node to make sure we've set it up properly. Everything looks good. Let's move on to our final step. For our final step, all we'll be doing is adding another Airtable node. But this time, our action is going to be the update row action. All we're doing here is updating the status of our post in Airtable to show that it's been scheduled and our workflow has been a success. So without further ado, let's execute our workflow and make sure it's actually firing on all cylinders. Our execution has been successful. So when we hop over to our PostPulse dashboard, we'll find that we've generated an eye-catching LinkedIn post from a recent web article using AI. And it only took us a few minutes to build. So what are you waiting for? Comment LinkedIn post, and you'll get this workflow as a template. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.